Teach her how money really works, and she can change the world. There's this famous quote, a beautiful quote, and so apt, especially this month, with the month of March, where we celebrate, where we enjoy, and we really celebrate it for the International Women's Day. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Sound of Money.
Sound of Money with Santosh Sirur.
And yes, March is a very special month and a very important month. As I just mentioned, it's International Women's Day, and where we would like to focus a lot more on issues related, financial related issues on women. And to celebrate this momentous occasion on The Sound of Money with me today is Meeta Gupta, joining me from Dubai. She's the founder of Moolah, which is a financial literacy forum for women. And thanks to the digital reach, she's been able to pursue her dream. Her I think it's just beyond a dream. She didn't ever expect, I think, when she moved from India to Dubai, and she would really pursue this dream, and something very close to her heart. One, it's a project where her dream is about financial literacy and women empowerment. So welcome, Meeta, on the Sound of Money.
Thank you so much, Santosh. It's really a pleasure to be here with you.
Of course,
And,
you are also a very seasoned project and structured finance specialist, and of course, a credit risk assessment professional, which I think gives you that kind of a foray into a passion that you wanted to pursue. So we'll talk about this. But first, the first question, very important question, I guess. Why did you feel that there's a need for financial literacy, Meeta?
So yes, thanks, Santosh, for getting me into this show, and it's really nice. And the reason for financial literacy, I think, is all pervasive. I think the saddest and the worst thing that's happened with the education system is that schools don't teach the basic life skills of finance. Money is something which we all need at every point in our life, and we need to learn how to manage money, but schools don't teach us. And that's one reason that most people learn about money by actually dealing with money, right? So when they are thrown into a real life situation, you've got to manage your family, your house, and all that stuff. You grow up and you learn how to handle money. And then there is patriarchy, right? And we mostly think that men are the people who are going to manage the finances of the family. And so, men are the ones who take center stage. And even if they don't have any finance skills, they come around to learning and dealing with money over a period of time. But women don't feel the need. So for me, the reason that I thought of this financial literacy really was because of the fact that I have a family full of non-finance people, and I've seen the way they handle their money, and I always thought that there was a better way of handling it, and it used to bother me. Right. And then that's the reason I kind of thought that, I must do something to make people feel empowered. And financial literacy is a very, very important part of this whole thing. Another thing which I saw is over a period of time that I've been doing this activity is that there are two kinds of women who really want to get financially literate. One is women who have faced a challenge in life, right? So they've been thrown at some real life situation where for them, it demands that they need to handle their own money, and they have no skills to do it, and they suddenly feel that they need to manage it. The second set of people, women who want to do it, is the one who are professionals, who have professions like they're an architect, or they're a doctor, or they're a designer, but they don't have any finance skills. So they have their money, but they don't know how to manage it. So those are the two kind of people I've thought, especially women, I thought that would want to know more about money. Others are people who have, there are very few other people who feel the need. So, they might want to learn about money, but they're not the people who kind of sustainably and disciplinedly want to learn, because they don't need it. But yes, that's a dream which every woman has, to get financially independent, know more about money, and get financially literate. So
Absolutely, and in this, the quest for learning, Meeta, does it go beyond a bank account? Does it go beyond the very basic of saving and spending on the market, groceries, etc.? Is that been what you have found amongst the women you have met?
So the financial literacy starts from the basics. I mean, it of course starts with saving and how to spend and what to spend on and how to save and where to invest, but it's much more. It's about mindsets. It's about how you think about money, how you've been brought up, right? How your parents have thought about their money, and that's something which kind of you absorb over a period of time. You see, if your parents are spenders or they're savers, you will also land up being that. Or then there's another, I often give an example, and I'll probably share. It's a story where two boys are sitting on the dinner table, right? And the father is smoking, and the mother is very upset. And she says, oh, you're going to get ill, and this is not the thing. And these two boys who are sitting along with the parents at the dinner table, and they're seeing their parents bickering over that stuff, right? And one of the boy thinks that, oh my God, my dad is like such a macho man, and like he's seen these actors and all these, and he wants to emulate his dad, and he says, I also want to hold the cigar like him and smoke like him. So he has those instincts, right? And then there is the other boy who has a very close friend, and his father has recently died of lung cancer because of smoking, and he says that he's never going to smoke again. So there are two kids who are sitting on the same dinner table, right? But their thoughts are so different. So it's not necessary that what you pick up from your dinner table or from your parents is something which is the same. Two people can have absolute different learnings, and that's what a mindset is, right? So it's not only brought upon by the family that you're in, but also the circumstances and the kind of people you interact with, what are your value systems, all those kind of things, right? And I think mindset is a very important thing in learning. Are you a risk taker or you're a risk averse person? Are you stressed when you think about money, or are you a cool person? You feel happy, you feel abundant, you feel plentiful when you think of money. Do you feel money is a scarcity, or do you think money is something which which is abundant, and you feel happy around those kind of things? Are you a person who invests properly, periodically in those kind of things? Or are you a person who likes to, live life king size? You want to throw your money, you want to enjoy it, you don't think there's a need to invest for the future? Are you a disciplined person, or you're like a person who's like a carefree person? So all those things really, matter. And those mindsets translate into the way you think about your money and the way you handle your money. So yeah, I think it's extremely important to, have the right, there's nothing called a right mindset really, right? True. It's your mindset, and that's your own. And that's why everybody deals with money differently.
Absolutely. You really touched on the right point, which is the mindset, right? But I wanted to know, you have been engaging with women, teaching them, making them understand finance, very basic level. So is this mindset not just about Indian women, or is it across the world that you've experienced this? So, the reason why I want to highlight this, Meeta, is women in India must be feeling, oh, maybe it's me only who is in this. So I think this is a good platform, an understanding way to know, is that only me, or it goes beyond this, so that they know there's a common understanding and a common problem which we are facing.
In fact, as a part of Moolah, I have been interacting with a lot of people, and not only with women, but with teachers of financial literacy. Okay. And as a part of that, while I have my interaction within the Moolah forum for my set of people has been only primarily Indian women, though living all over the world.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that I talk to a number of teachers who are teaching financial literacy across the world, I see that the problem is the same. It could be in different, it crops up in different ways, but the mindset issue is something which is all pervasive, right? It's something which it's really independent of your boundaries or your geographies. And patriarchy is something which is, I think, why do you think only of India? If you come further towards the East, even women in even, I mean, in fact, I actually interacted with this person in London the
Mm-hmm.
other day, and she had a similar issue with the way she thought about money, the way she dealt about money, and you realize that, yeah, it's like it's the same all over.
Yeah, yeah. Let's come to your dream project, Moolah itself. How was it, and how is it that you take this forward? And and as we know, as we have agreed, you will be on a couple of our shows going forward. What's your plan to take this your dream on a different level altogether? And how did it come about?
So yes, that's something which is very close to my heart, and I often land up talking too much about it.
I'll stop
So
you at the right time. We have few more episodes.
sure. So Santosh, the thing is that, like I said in the beginning, that I have a family full of non-finance people, right?
Mhm.
And I again often tell this story that every time my husband could not fall asleep, he used to tell me that, Meeta, why don't you tell me something on finance? And whenever I began speaking about a topic, within 2 minutes, he used to be snoring.
Okay.
And then I have my daughter who's a non-finance person. My parents are all non-finance people. And I felt that there was a huge need for people to
Mm.
understand how money works,
Yeah.
because you fritter away your resources, your hard-earned money, in things, and don't optimally utilize it because you don't know. It's not that you're not doing it wrong. It's just that when you don't know something, how do you do it in the best possible fashion, right? So, so thinking about that, and of course, I'm a totally women centric person. I think a lot about women empowerment. So those are things which, and I wanted to do something for the society for the longest time. And it was as a stroke of serendipity that I was sitting one day and I was meditating, and I thought that the best way to reach out would be through WhatsApp groups, because that's something which is, any woman in the day would have a phone, and she would continue to read her WhatsApp messages, and it's such a convenient medium to reach out to people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I was mindful about the fact that people get bored with finance. Finance is a very boring topic. They need to be given very short, small doses, right? Very bite sized information. And a lot has to be packed in that, but it has to be very easy, very relatable in a form of a story. So those were the things which I had in my mind, but and I, of course, had a dream that I want to take it to a level, right? I didn't know where it would go and what would happen, but yes. So I began the journey. I kind of started with I said, okay, let me start floating the idea around. And it was interesting that my first group itself had over 100 girls, which is something which I did not even think about and I actually didn't have content. And I remember telling a friend of mine who's, and I said that, you know what, I have girls here and I don't know what I'm going to tell them. So,
Okay.
but we
Yeah.
really started. And 5 months down the line, we had, believe me, every topic we have covered in Moolah. So it's like, of course, on mindset issues, but apart from that, anything from saving to investments to insurances, taxes, or even things like GDPs. How countries operate on wills, nominees. You just name it.
Yeah.
Everything has been really, even things on how to look at a startup company. How do you if you want to invest in a startup company, what should you look at? So I mean, one would not think that a person who doesn't understand finance can even over a period of time be able to understand how to invest in a startup company. So those,
True.
I mean, the kind of response I got from women, the kind of encouragement I got from women kind of kept me going. And today I have actually, it's not even been a year. Can you believe it? It's not really been a year since I started Moolah. And I have already have groups of girls, over 800 women who have been through this.
Mm.
And the feedback has been tremendous. So it's really happening, and it's happy times for me, right? I mean, I really wanted to grow, and I wanted to reach to a level where sky is the limit, really. If I could
Absolutely.
touch every woman on this, and then on International Women's Day, if I could touch every woman on this earth and make her feel empowered with her money, that's like going to be my dream come true.
Absolutely. And I'm sure through Sound of Money, we'll reach out to those women, and not just women. As we discussed, we'll also extend it to everyone, men, women, everyone who would like to know,
True.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And the topic is something which is relevant to everyone, right? I mean, though my focus within Moolah has been women, but in fact, I do get a lot of people saying that, oh, your content is so good, why don't you even start it for men? And I say, yeah, sure, there'll be many more forums through which, men can be reached.
Absolutely.
And of course, Sound of Money is one of them.
True,
Perfect.
Absolutely. Amazing, and really appreciate you joining us on the Sound of Money on such a momentous occasion, Meeta. And I hope we continue our journey and reaching out to people whom we would love to share. And it's your dream, it's about financial literacy and women empowerment. It's so very important, so much close to your heart. So good to have you joining us on the Sound of Money. Glad to have you. And of course, join us on another episode of the Sound of Money. That's it from me, Santosh Sirur and Meeta Gupta. Do look forward to our episodes coming up on the Sound of Money. For now, thank you and bye-bye. Take care.
Sound of Money with Santosh Sirur.